I'm Madhu Sharma and this is Design Mind. Every episode, we teach your mind about design by analysing a website. In this episode of Design Mind, we are looking at friendsoftheweb.com, which is a design agency based in Baltimore. The site uses several design techniques to establish a friendly relationship with its audience. Let's start by looking at the homepage. The homepage starts with this tiny logo that is surrounded by space. The contrast the space creates makes the logo stand out without being overpowering. It creates a message of elegance but also of skill, as it goes against the traditional technique of emphasizing elements by making them big. Underneath the logo is this brief introduction statement, which contains the keywords meticulously built and thoughtfully designed. These help to anchor the messages created by the design of the site. Immediately under this introduction section is this Our Team area. It stands out by being the only photographic content on the site. It also extends into the margin of the layout for added emphasis. Most websites tend to place their past work on the front page, so it's quite striking to see the team here. Another unique feature is that unlike other sites, there are no member titles such as designer, coder, etc. Instead, the Twitter handle of each person is given, which invites the audience to reach out and form a relationship with the team on an individual level. This, together with the fact that the team has been emphasized by being the main element on the homepage, helps to position Friends of the Web as a friendly company. It implies they are unique, as the team forms friendships with their clients, which, as suggested in the introduction text we saw earlier, allows them to create thoughtfully designed work, as they have a deeper connection than other agencies would. Mousing over the faces takes this concept of friendship further, as their changing faces create personality. Each member's face changes differently, so there is a sense of character and individuality. The brilliant aspect is that all the messages that come from this section are created without using much text. This creates a deeper impact on the viewer and again demonstrates the agency's thoughtfulness, which they alluded to in the introduction. Scroll down some more and the site gives an overview of the services they offer and their purposes. This section is elegantly designed, using bold headings to make it easy to pick out each of the sections. However, it does have a few problems. It is quite wordy and so can't be understood at a glance. These More Info buttons look quite untidy by not being lined up. They also seem redundant, as each one of these buttons leads to the same Contact Us page. Scroll down again and we reach the bottom of the page where there is a sign up for the newsletter. Placing it in this footer helps to keep it out of the way, and so connects to the overall ethos of prioritizing thoughtful design over flashy graphics. However, the sign up section doesn't really offer any incentive for the user to sign up. And because it is sectioned off from the footer, it's quite easy for the user to skip over it. Let's look at some of the other pages of the site. The site only has 2 other pages, and these are accessed via the navigation at the top of the screen. As there are only 2 links, the site does not use a traditional navigation bar, and instead goes with these arrows which help to keep the layout clean and simple. Let's look at the article section. The article section retains the minimalist design of the site, following the layout of the services section that we saw on the home page. An article section like this is a great way of allowing a company to impart its wisdom, and so helps to establish that the company is an expert. However, it also has a downside, as this section hasn't been updated since 2012, which creates the impression that the site is abandoned. The articles themselves follow on the clean layout of the main site. Many of the articles are conversations between the staff members, and they incorporate photos of each staff member, which again is a great way of forming a relationship between the team and the viewer. The Highrez section mainly contains contact information. If we scroll down, we can see it does contain a list of past clients. Some of them have a star icon next to them, but it's not clear what the icon represents. It's also disappointing that there isn't any link to the work produced for these projects. If we scroll down to the footer, we can see the contact details. Coloured striping is elegantly used to break up the links, which works quite well. However, the strangest link is this Made in Baltimore link. Tap it and it provides a list of sites. At first I thought it was a portfolio of projects the company had worked on. However, scroll down to the bottom and you can see it is actually a list of websites made in Baltimore. This page is actually a separate site, madeinbaltimore.com. But because it follows a similar clean design to the main site, it feels like it's part of it, which makes the whole experience a bit confusing. While forming a hub site with other businesses in the local area is a great way of networking, care has to be taken so the user can easily identify it as a hub site. Let's finish off by looking at some nice touches on the site. Going back to the main site, one neat Easter egg is the position of the team members changes as you flip between the sections. Also, if a team member starts listening to music on Last.fm, their profile updates to show the track they are listening to. Both these features don't really add anything to the site other than being a nice touch to notice. The Last.fm feature might help to form a connection, as by clicking on the link you can see a list of music tastes, and shared music preferences are always a great way of initially bonding with someone. On mobile, there isn't much to say about the site other than that the clean design collapses down brilliantly. Overall, while friendsoftheweb.com does have some problems, it demonstrates how subtle design techniques can be used to create powerful messages that will leave a lasting impression on the audience. That's it for this episode of Design Mind. A new episode of Design Mind is released every Monday and Thursday. Find us on the web at designmind.info. Our YouTube channel is at youtube.com/designmindinfo. You can also find us on iTunes. We'd love it if you could leave us a review at any of these places. Until next time, happy designing! While forming a hub site with other businesses in the local area is a great way of networking, care has to be taken so the user can easily identify it as a hub site.